Hey friends, welcome to Ekam Weekly, your 1-minute yoga practice. This is your surefire way to bring more yoga into your day. Today we are going to be doing Chaturanga Dandasana. It is a challenging pose and it's a very common pose if you're doing any sort of vinyasa practices, and I'm sure all of you that have been to yoga classes have done Chaturanga, but it is the easiest one to overcompensate certain muscles for and to do incorrectly. So we're going to use our 1 minute to build up some muscle strength so we can do a correct Chaturanga. So I'll give you some tips first before we move into it, and then we're going to do our daring 1 minute practice. Okay, so the first thing I want to point out is that it's really common to round your shoulders when you're in Chaturanga and scoot up your belly to overcompensate for muscles to keep your knees off of the ground. A second thing is the alignment about where your hands should be. Often they're too close together when they should be further apart. So let's figure out our alignment and get that mental note in our minds so we can always put our hands in the right position at the right time. So the easiest way to do that is just to bend the elbows and bring the backs of the hands up to the shoulders. And then stretch the palms out, keeping them sort of the elbows where they were. And then just plopping yourself down on your mat. And just taking a mental note of where the hands are and how far away from each other that they are. So this is your proper placement for your Chaturanga hands. All right, so now that we've got the placement, a couple other things to keep in mind is that you want to keep your elbows drawing in towards one another the same way we did in Dolphin. And what else? The other thing we did in Dolphin is that we kept our elbows over our wrists, but this time we're going to bend the elbows so that then the elbows is in line with the shoulder. So just try that out really quick. Get your hands in the proper alignment, shift over so the elbows are over the wrists, and then bend the elbows, take a peek, and take your best guess that the shoulders are in line with the elbows, and then draw the elbows closer to the body. Pull the shoulders away from the ears and tone the belly. So this is probably phase one for most of us, especially if we're going to try and hold, especially if we're going to hold it for 1 minute. And that's what I'm going to do for this minute. You do what works for you. The full expression of Chaturanga, and the pose means Chaturanga Dandasana stands for four-limb staff pose, so your forelimbs. And what I think about when I'm in this pose is that a really sturdy board and everything that walks over that board, the board has to be strong and firm to be able to support anything that walks over it. So I think about the pose when I do it that I'm sturdy like a board, so anything that life throws at me can just roll on over, and I don't even buckle. But it takes a bit of work to kind of get the body in that position where you're not going to buckle. So let's do our 1 minute practice. I'm sure you're ready for it. Okay, so I got a little timer for us this week. Although you're not going to see it, I'm going to see it. Get your little Chaturanga arm set up. Boop, plop yourself down. So you're essentially in a tabletop position. Toes are tucked. All right, bend the elbows. So the shoulders are in line with the elbows. Notice that the elbows might want to shift back towards your knees. Keep them in line with the wrist. Push down through the index knuckle. Look forward, tone the belly, and breathe. And just hold here. Maybe extending one leg back, toning the belly, and then bringing the knee in, and then extending the other leg back, toning the belly, bringing the knee in, and then holding. You have 30 more seconds here. Really focus on flattening the back, drawing the shoulders in, drawing the elbows in, softening the body with the breath, building the strength, No big deal if you're not in alignment. And maybe for the last 5 seconds, go down further. Woo! And come up. Woo! Girl, boy, those that don't identify with either. Whew. Man, I want to say my biscuits are burning, but these biscuits are burning. All right, congratulations on doing your 1 minute chaturanga or chaturanga prep. This is a super challenging pose, and the more you practice this, the more you're going to become more aware of where you're compensating for certain muscles, and you'll be better, stronger in your practice. So hope you got a little bit of energy. I know I did. And see you next week. Thank you so much.